Today we'll be doing a special Ethiopia into Axum run before the 1500. Boom! Mind blown. Can you imagine getting tier 6 reform before 1500? That is extremely hard to do, but Ethiopia can because of special mechanics. Ethiopia starts out with some rebels over here that we're going to be killing off first off. We made our heir a general as well, and we've given out estate-wise the +1 privileges. We start off with 2 vassals, so we're going to get a royal marriage with one of them and improve relations with both of them afterwards, as well as give out the strong duchy, so you get +2 diplo relations and liberty, desire, and subject. We don't actually want any allies, and we're not going to get any allies, but we are going to be going for a couple of achievements. You will get the itinerary capital of Ethiopia that gives you monthly autonomy change until the end of the game. We can fix that, but we need to start expanding in order to fix that and go down our mission path essentially. To do our first mission, we just have to recruit the new unit added for Ethiopia, the Kawa infantry units. We're going to recruit a few of them. They start off with 100 manpower, so we need to wait until they actually get to full strength, but this offers us the permanent claims on Kaffa and Hadia. That means we can attack all of these nations in the south over here from the very first month. Before you do attack anyone, however, remember that you need to develop Axum once, encourage development, and we are developing Axum specifically because we have a mission. Sell the titles, of course, and then afterwards go to your eco screen, so you reset this interface, then can develop this a couple more times. There you go. Now we can do the ancestors capital, which is Axum, that we just developed. You just need to develop that 5 times, and it's going to get you a cathedral built in this one province ahead of time. We've also done Gideon's revolt, and we can choose to either get rid of the cores that Semyon has or just get 1 stability. I recommend you go for the 1 stability, and after this we can also seize the crownlands, and now we can go to war. Janjiro is the first target. Remember that you also want to get the core creation cost reduction from your Coptic aspect, which will help expanding a lot faster. The ancestral capital also gives you cores, not claims, but cores on the entirety of Medri Bari, so we're going to use that. We're going to declare a reconquest war on them. Kaffa apparently would not join. We're also going to get a new general here, so we have 2 generals for both of our fronts. Oh, you guys gonna get stuck in Viper now. That's 1 stack wipe, and that's the 2nd stack wipe. 1 month passed. That means we can attack Kaffa also. Guys, I really recommend that you are very aggressive in your early game. You want to have all of this by 1451. Whenever you attack Kaffa, I notice they always go for Damot's capital or try to go around the rest of Ethiopia. The reality is that the AI is actually a lot better now, and they do a lot better strategic moves. Janjiro fell, which means that we can attack Welaitia. We can fight 2 battles at the same time to prevent them from merging up against us. We should be able to win both of these battles, and also the siege is done in Medri Bari. That is amazing. Means we can start our assault in the north. Noise 2 stack and Vipans as well. And for the last of the minor nations here, we're gonna attack Inaria to co-belligerate Alodia to bring in Makuria also, and basically just carpet siege them. With Medri Bari out of the way, we can fully annex them, and another 6 aggressive expansion from taking over Janjiro. Annexing all of these nations basically gives you almost no actual aggressive expansion because they're all different religions and because they're all different cultures, so it doesn't really affect anyone outside of this particular area. And they're not going to exist for much longer, so it's not going to make any difference at all. Well, we chase them down, and it should be a stack wipe over here for these nations. Uyashaka Makuria, you cannot hide from me. You cannot hide. We got 150 relations with both of our vassals, which means we can do this mission that gives us annexation cost reduction -25, as well as permanent claims on this entire region, so we can start attacking these guys whenever we want now. Couple more quick wars are going to be necessary for this particular region. Once Kaffa is fully cored up, I recommend you make it a state and you start developing to 10 production, as the gold from Kaffa is going to be mandatory, and afterwards the gold from Damot the same. This is how we will be fueling our economy for the early part of the game. And for the last war in this area is the Adal War. We're going to be focusing on Dal, whilst at the same time we'll be taking care of what's left of Beja. You might need to recruit some mercenaries for this, and I recommend you take the free company. If you wait for a little while before you recruit the free company, once you've expanded a little bit more, the free company company should have considerably more troops than it otherwise would have. So right now, the free company has 10,000 units. After we've taken these areas here and we've taken an area, we can do unify the tribes. That gives us 400 colonists in the province of Fazoguli over here. Be very careful. Once you get this, there is a high amount of chance that the natives will actually rebel and destroy this colony for you. If they do this, then you will lose this and you have to colonize it in order to do the rest of your missions. So it is actually mandatory that you do not lose this to native rebels. Also, micromanaging your units is vital in these wars because you don't have too much manpower at the start, nor do you have that many mercenary companies. So until you get more mercenary companies on lock, it is very important that you siege forts down with the minimum amount of troops that you need to in order to get those forts, so that you avoid uselessly losing so much manpower. Another great advice for conserving your manpower is using your mercenary companies to siege down forts. You better run, you better watch out, cause I'm gonna stack and vipe on you. And you're dead. Finally, we can peace out Adal. We can take everything from them and even a little bit of money too. We don't have much of a coalition. It's mostly just other nations in the Somalian area. Another really easy mission to do is develop Massawa 5 times, which is right now in my case. This is going to give me restore a do list that offers 8 development and a level 2 center of trade in Massawa, which was renamed in the meanwhile. So this definitely boosts up our economy massively. We also can do Conquest of Adal now. That gives us claims on all of the south parts here, so I can start expanding into that area. But before we do that, we're going to lower our autonomy everywhere so we can actually improve our economy considerably, and so we can also get government reform faster. We also could not get rid of our heir through him dying in battle, so we're going to disinherit him now. We waited for a good 2 months and we're going to go to war again because these losers in the south are starting to join a coalition against us. That means we're going to have to fight them off before more people join into that coalition. One of the benefits of having been at war for so long since the beginning is the fact that we have 44 army tradition. That means that we're going to be able to win every single engagement right now without much of a hassle. Holy mother of schnapps, this guy is a true Chad. I'm not going to be taking anything from Warsangli here, or land-wise at least. I'm just taking their money and their soul because I did not co-belligerate them. Oh, look at that. We're a great power, everybody. In just 10 years, we became a great power. Oh, finally, the centralization of Zara Jacob. This is good because it both gives us government reform progress, which we desperately need. A new champion of the just. I really hope he's good. Freaking trash. 332. Really? Is that what I paid 25 prestige and legitimacy for? Bruh. Alright, we've integrated both of our vassals. That means that we got 5,000 more troopers. Then we can do the riches of Kaffa that offers us 100 reform progress, which is absolutely massive. So we're actually close to getting our 3rd reform even now, as well as look at our economy just skyrocketing, guys. We got 16 income from gold alone, and once we dev this up to 10 production income, it's gonna give us around 22. I don't want to flex or anything, but in 10 years we went from a small Ethiopia to unifying everybody in our region, having 11 or 12 ducats on the plus, and overall a super good situation. Just saying, man, just saying. We've also converted Kaza Ibrim to Coptic, which means we got our 2nd aspect for Coptics, and it means we got our mission here to take over Kaza Ibrim that gives us a permanent claim on the entirety of Egypt, dude. This is insane. As well as some unique events such as these that offer increased prestige and missionary strength. Guys, I also want to mention that I'm actually using the centralized effort edict, which lowers autonomy in all of my states a lot faster, and I recommend you use this in your playthrough as well, as it essentially will increase the speed at which you can do your mission tree considerably. We got 80% of our navies, and that means we can do this mission that will sail a fleet through the Mediterranean via the Nile. And there you go, we got discover the Eastern Mediterranean area. Nice. This actually starts a chain of events. We eventually contact the Christians and the papacy and essentially discover the Italian parts. Later on, we discover the Portuguese parts, and that leads to the next mission, contact with the Portuguese, that you'll see in a few moments. Meanwhile, we can get the next tech here and the better units as well, and we now can can do the third government reform, of course, go for the monthly autonomy change. And we can do another mission, secure religious unity, as well as the next mission, we need loyalty 65 for the clergy, and it will give us another 100 government reform progress. We also managed to spawn in the Renaissance in Gondor. Finally, we can go to war, man. I had 5 years in which I didn't go to any war. Can you imagine how hard that was for me? Can you smell that? That's the smell of a Juran freaking dying. And Mombasa's done. That means we can vassalize Mombasa. And as expected, nobody relevant would join in this coalition, making it even more easier for us to expand. Hey, what do you know? We can do the 100 government reform progress mission, and we can get another 100 government reform progress from taking the province of Suakin from the Mamluks. Even though they're not a co-belligerate target, I will take Muka, which is a great province, and it also allows me to safely pass between these two provinces, even if for some reason in the future I don't have naval superiority. So obviously this will be the deal. It's a little bit extra aggressive expansion. Also, we'll be going for the second idea in the quantity idea set that we have. And when it comes to Ajuran, I'm gonna fully annex them. Remember, kids, if you fully annex a nation, whatever vassals that nation might have had get transferred to you. So because Mogadishu was a vassal of Ajuran, I now am the new overlord of Mogadishu without having to pay extra aggressive expansion for vassalizing them or for taking their provinces. Hi Aden, bye Aden. I'm probably gonna fully annex the nation. Mamluks? Mamluks just attacked me. What? With Aniza and Hejaz. Okay, I guess it's showtime, boys. I guess it's showtime. Pretty ballsy, the new AI. I'll be honest, pretty ballsy, but dumb, because I'm gonna win this. We're gonna have to wrap up this war, though. Both of them are gonna be a part of my nation, bringing our troops close together so we can actually do some proper fights and battles in this war. We really need to win this battle, guys. Woof. We've had quite a few rough battles, but overall, we're still okay. We got 1,000 ducats, and even if we need to disband and recruit new mercenary units, it's not a big deal. Whenever you win battles and the enemy is retreating into their lands, take advantage of that and start sieging down stuff that were sieged by the enemy back. Also want to mention that because I went quantity first, I have a huge amount of manpower, and even though I'm losing troops from battles, I still regain my manpower super fast. By comparison, if I was to go offensive or quality or something of the sorts first, even if I won the battles, I would not be able to fill the ranks of the lost units afterwards, and I would still lose the war because manpower at the end of the day wins the wars. I absolutely love it when this happens. Rebels spawned right in front of the enemy army. Just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And we're gonna take out these boys here, as well as maybe we can catch up to this army. I'm actually gonna recruit some more mercenary units because I have a bunch of rebels in the south that I really need to deal with. Otherwise, they might break away from my country. Oh, this is really not good. They have a lot more troops than I have in the north right now. That is gonna be a very bad battle for me. I can feel it already. Yep, they got the debuff, but they're getting awesome rolls though. 9, 8, 7. Jesus Christ. I gotta pull back from there. We also can do our 4th tier reform. That is absolutely insane. We're gonna go for the advisor cost reduction. Looks like we're gonna have another big battle against the Mamluks here, and we gotta reinforce before their Hormuz ally reinforces. Luckily, we won that because they decided not to reinforce for some reason, but we are gonna be attacking them because I want to wipe out their armies. Holy mother of God, building a workshop in Gondar is giving me 41. That is insane. The biggest battle actually is going to be in the province of Beja, and we really need to win this one. We won the first battle, but they still have 34,000 troopers coming in, so let's hope that we're gonna win that battle as well. Let's make sure we consolidate our troops as well. And the second battle, I don't think we're gonna win. We did scorch earth, which means that it's gonna take a lot longer for these guys to reinforce. Actually, we might win simply because we scorched earth, because I don't think they're gonna... Yep, we won. We won that battle, guys. Remember, kids, always scorch earth when you know that you're gonna have a battle in a province, because it's gonna make the enemy army reinforce a lot slower. That means these guys are gonna attack us, and they're gonna lose all of their troops here. Yep, das ist ein Klassik starken Weipenski. And another one coming from Aniza, who also was pretty late with reinforcing. This war is definitely turning into a slugfest, but the reality is that we have a massive economy. We're still 10 ducats on the plus, so no matter what the Mamluks do, they will never be able to match up with us when it comes to economy. Whoa, Cairo just gave me 5 professionalism. Well, hello there, Cairo. Thank you so much for that. Very kind. That means we actually can piece them out now. And how much can we take, though, from them? Oh, wow, we actually actually can take a bunch of stuff from them. You know what? Cannot take any money, however. You know what? Fine. This is fine for me. I can do my mission, and I can focus on the next war against the Mamluks, which is going to be very short since we only have a truce until 84 with them. Also, can do this mission, Conquest of Suakin, changes the province to a Coptic province and gives 5 development. Alright, boys, this is the moment we've been waiting for. The Portuguese embassy just came to our country. We need to honor him, so more visitors from Portugal are going to arrive, and this is going to lead to the next mission, contact with Portugal, and as such, alliance with Portugal, request alliance. We become ally and historical friends of the Portuguese, and we discover all of the provinces that Portugal has. Once you establish an embassy with the Portuguese, you can ask them for aid against the Mamluks, and they will give you in return a massively overpowered modifier. We managed to get a claim on the Rassids also, and we will be attacking them as we actually need to get 25 provinces in the Arabian Peninsula in order to form the nation of Axum. Help from the west has arrived. We have God on our side, as well as manpower +5, morale of armies +5, and military tech reduction. So now with the Rassid provinces added to our nation's provinces, we can do the next mission after we've done the Unite the Horn of Africa mission. So we have to integrate our vassal first. Added in the Origins DLC is the nobility integration policy, where you integrate your vassals faster and you don't get the -3 diplo reputation after you've integrated them. So I recommend you use this if you have it available. It definitely will help speed up the process of integration and reduce the debuff after you integrate. Hey, Mogadishu just got integrated, and we can do the last idea that we have from quantity. Also means we can do our mission, Unite the Horn, and after that we also get foothold in Arabia since we got more than 5 provinces here. All we need to do now in order to form Axum is just get 25 provinces in this area and do the next reform. The great part about piecing out separately the nation of Hormuz is because we can cancel their alliance with the Mamluks, whom we're going to go to war with in a few moments again. As for Hadramut, of course, it's going to be a full annexation. I wouldn't have it any other way. One thing that truly makes the Ethiopians gain reform progress ridiculously fast is the fact that they got a special privilege called the Biblical Sabbath Reform that gives them 25% increase in their monthly reform progress. Not to mention all the events and the missions that add an extra 300 government reform progress. We're about to go to war with the Mamluks again. We're going to be seizing land a little bit more, and we're going to sell some titles for some quick cash. Apparently they're at war with the Ottomans right now, but it's not a big deal. I will be going for Iskandaria. That basically means I'm going for Alexandria, and I will be reclaiming the holy city. I like that because the Mamluks and the Ottomans are literally added continuously, and they've basically drained each other's manpower and armies. I'm having a free game here. Like, I've literally not even fought a single proper battle against the Mamluks, and I got pretty much all that I want. I'm gonna take Alexandria, Antakya, which are both my holy cities, and a lot of stuff in the Arabian lands, plus all the money that I can take, so I can do all of my missions, and I don't even need to go to war with the Mamluks for a while at least. There we go. We got the Pearl of the Mediterranean. Copts in the Deltan area will come out of hiding, giving us some missionary strength in those areas. And because we have the Conquest of Mecca and the Conquest of Alexandria, we got 2 extra missionaries to help us out with converting our country to Coptic. Oh, snaps. Our guy died. I guess we now have to deal with the 633 Chad that is our new ruler. And we have a 551 heir. Honestly, not that bad. 551 is actually decent. Hey, what do you know? We got the next mission done. Liberate Alexandria because we've turned Alexandria into a Coptic province. So that means we can get the next church aspect. And of course, we can go for the discipline. So we did the Conquest of Antioch that gives us 1 missionary and missionary strength 2 years. And of course, that means we can also get 1 more aspect. We're going to go for the manpower recovery. In the meanwhile, whilst we wait for everything, and since we've secured the Arabian lands for ourselves, we're going to be focusing on Kilwa a little bit, so we go to the juicy gold mines in the south. So the way we're going to split Kilwa is basically we'll be taking the northern parts because there's a gold mine in Kilwa city, and there's 4 more gold mines in the south. So we'll take basically all of these provinces from the south. That being said, we need to actually send our army in the south, as we're going to need these guys as a peacekeeping force in case anyone decides to rebel. And we can send the peace deal now. Daria, go this way. We got all of the gold mines on the eastern coastline of Africa, basically. And guess what, guys? We can do our 6th reform here. We're going to go for the governing capacity capacity, obviously, and that means that we can centralize our state, changing our starting government reform into the Solomonic Empire that offers us insane abilities. Look at this. Maximum absolutism, tolerance of the true faith, and national unrest -2. Not only that, but we can do the last mission, surpass the past, where we can form the nation of Axum. Are you guys ready for this? I think we need to click it, boys. Let's do it. We should take the mantle of the Axumite Empire, new traditions and ambitions, and hot darn it, are these amazing traditions and ambitions. The Axum national ideas are insane. We got discipline, manpower plus 25, equal to Russia almost, governing capacity plus 15%, prestige, aggressive expansion impact, war score cost versus other religions, technology cost and institution spread, trade efficiency, and inflation reduction, which is definitely going to help with the gold mines that we just took in the south of Africa. And guess what? Eventually we can get another 30% manpower in true faith provinces once we do the modernization of the Ethiopian army or Axumite army. We just need to have 40 army professionalism. Right now we have 30%, so actually I could just recruit 10 generals over here and that should get me to 40%. And that essentially means I do this mission as well. There you go, boys. Train the Kawa, which means we got the special privilege Kawa Conquerors or Kawa Peacekeepers, which give either maintenance modifier reduction, army drill modifier, and rebel suppression efficiency, or discipline, army morale speed recovery, and reinforcement speed increase in cost. So the Conquerors are perfect for war, and for peacetime, the Peacekeepers obviously are really great as well. Or if you have a shit economy, you can get the Peacekeepers for the maintenance modifier, which is quite significant. I'm personally going to go for the Conquerors because I'm a Chad, not a peace-loving person. We are doing a tactical assault on the nation of Mushasha and vassalizing them so that we can actually use their cores against Karakoyunlu because, well, we have bigger reasons to attack Karakoyunlu since they hold the last of the Coptic monuments in Yerevan. We will be releasing the nation of Armenia as an independent country, and we're going to take some lands for ourselves also. With Armenia as an independent country, it means we got the last blessing, and it also means that we just got the achievement, a blessed nation, because it doesn't have to be all the provinces owned by you, they just have to be owned by Coptic nations and must be Coptic themselves, and Armenia is a Coptic nation, so that is easy mode of getting that achievement. The heart of Armenia, there you go, nice. We're going to be giving all of these cores to Mushasha, we're not going to core these ourselves. Skipping a little bit into the future, we basically have everything we need for modernize the army except army professionalism. We only have 56%, so here's what we're gonna do. We already gave the privilege for nobility and officer corps, and because of that it only costs us 30 mil points to hire generals, so we're gonna basically invest all the min points that we have right now, and we have 84%. That is more than we need. We're gonna fire all of these guys because we don't really need them. We're actually getting 14 mil points per month, so this was quite easy. We probably can reach 100% professionalism. But what does this do? It actually changes your tech group to Western, and it gives you 5% discipline for 25 years. So let's become a Western nation, shall we? And we also can do a Blessed Empire, one of the best missions in the game. It gives you 30% manpower in True Faith provinces. That scales up massively with your own national ideas that offer another 25 manpower modifier. And if you want, you can always change your religion after you've done all of these missions to either Orthodox to get the maximum amount of manpower in the game, or you can change to Judaism so you can take advantage of the new Jewish mechanics. Regardless, I highly recommend that you do not change your religion from Coptic until you finish the entire mission tree